Part 95. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 941. Chapter 941 goes for the female lead in the crew. To Yuli's little wife, although I don't know why my husband suddenly made such a decision, I love him and will love him all my life. So no matter what decision he makes, I will support him. In 1 year, I will wait for my husband to come back and create greater glory. Always support to Yuli. Actually, I think the decision to study abroad is a good one. In the past few years, my brother has been as busy as a spinning top and has never stopped. Don't you feel sorry for him? I have long thought that he should give himself a holiday. Although it is quite risky to decide to retire temporarily when you are most popular, our brother is a strong man. I believe that even if he takes a year off and comes back, he can still stabilize his current position. Maybe after a year of settling down, he can perform better. I only add calcium milk, although I support him. Don't you think this happened too suddenly? There was no sign at all before, but suddenly he said he was going on a study tour. Don't you think it's strange? Moreover, he has just confirmed that he will participate in a TV series. Now that he is going on a study tour, will he not be acting in the TV series? The most dazzling ethnic style, it's quite strange. It feels like something happened, so I suddenly made such a decision. I suddenly remembered something that a friend of mine told me. I thought it was just hearsay gossip and not trustworthy. Now that I think about it, I think that gossip might be true. As soon as this comment came out, many fans responded to the person named the most dazzling national style and asked her what the gossip was. I don't know if this person deliberately made such remarks to attract attention. After his comment had more than 10,000 replies, he replied with an unclear message. I heard that something happened on their set yesterday morning, and it was related to Yuli. So his study tour is probably related to what happened yesterday morning. Such a reply is equivalent to not saying anything. Many netizens who were waiting for his reply read his comments and said that he was deliberately trying to attract attention and cheated into replying. Some fans scolded him directly. This netizen seemed to be annoyed by the scolding from these fans, and quickly replied to one of the fans, "I'm not lying, my friend is on that crew." It was said that the matter was originally directed at the female lead in the crew, but somehow it got related to Yuli. By the way, the female lead is the actress who was rumored to have had an affair with Yuli before, named Xiao. This reply is still not believed by many fans. Some people think that this netizen was arranged by Xiao Mian just to gain Yuli's popularity. After all, Yuli is going to study abroad soon. It will be difficult to take advantage of his popularity in the future. After a group of fans scolded this netizen, they felt that it was not enough to relieve their hatred, so they scolded Xiao Mian in the comment area. Asterisk. In a bar, a group of wealthy ladies gathered together. There were various kinds of wine on the table. One person took the dice and shook it. After opening it, he looked at the numbers and said with a smile to Shenro, who was sitting opposite her, "Rura, my points are bigger than yours, it's your turn to drink this glass of wine." Shenro glanced at the table, picked up a blue cocktail with an expressionless face, raised her head and drank it in one gulp. Others at the table laughed and clapped their hands, applauding. Miss Shen has a good capacity for drinking. She is so heroic that she drank it all in one breath. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 942. Chapter 942. Is it the actress named Xiao Mian? Sister Shen, if you drink this cup, we'd better stop playing. A daughter who had a good relationship with Shenro looked at her worriedly and said, "You have already drunk a lot. If you drink any more, you will get drunk of." Shenro finished her drink, wiped her lips, and said expressionlessly, "I'm not drunk, keep playing." Sister Shen, you. Ah, Tu Yuli is actually going to quit the entertainment industry and study abroad for a year. The daughter, who had just played dice with Shenro, suddenly shouted, and then she shouted dissatisfiedly while holding her mobile phone, "Okay, why did he suddenly going to study abroad? He didn't even say a word to me about this matter." The other daughter smiled and said with a bit of ridicule, "Maybe he decided to go abroad just to avoid you. What if I tell you, what if you stop him and prevent him from leaving?" "You fart," the elegant and well-groomed daughter said angrily and cursed. "What does it have to do with me? Someone said that something happened to their crew and he suddenly decided to go abroad. And it's actually related to the vixen with whom he had a scandal some time ago." "Damn it, what did that vixen do?" "I heard that she had a backstage, so she changed from the third female lead to the first female lead. Could it be that she bullied Tu Yuli with her backstage, forcing Tu Yuli to seek refuge abroad? No, I have to call Tu Yuli and ask him what's going on. If that vixen is really causing trouble, I don't care what her backstage is, as long as I don't deal with her properly." Shenro suddenly raised her head and looked at the woman sitting opposite her. "What did you say?" "Tu Yuli is going to study abroad." Even though Shenro doesn't pay much attention to things in the entertainment industry, she still knows about Tu Yuli. The most popular young actor in the entertainment industry just signed a contract for Bai Yisheng's drama, and he is on the same crew as Qiao Mian. The daughter who was asked looked indignant and said, "Yes, he is popular now. If it weren't for some unavoidable reasons, he would definitely not go abroad to study for a year." "You just said that his study tour had something to do with the female lead in the crew. Is it the actress named Qiao Mian?" "Ah, Rura, you also know this vixen." The daughter opposite said this name, and she became more and more angry. "It's this vixen. I don't know where she came from. She was only the number 3 female, but now she has become a female. Number 1. Maybe she was the one who caused Huang Yilin's incident. Otherwise, Huang Yilin's female lead will be replaced by her." Shenro's eyes flickered sharply. "What does the matter you mentioned have to do with her? How do you know it's because of her?" "I don't know if it is related to her or not. I also saw other people saying this on the internet. But there is no smoke without fire. If it is not really related to her, how could such rumors spread out?" Shenro was silent for a few seconds, then took out her mobile phone and logged into Weibo. On Weibo, there are all things related to the topic of Tu Yuli quitting the industry for a year to study abroad. Shenro entered Weibo and saw the Weibo posted by Tu Yuli. After reading it, she clicked into the comment area to read it. The reply from the netizen named the most dazzling national style was the first hot comment. After reading his reply to the netizen, Shenro pursed her lips and thought for a moment, then clicked on his homepage and sent him a message. Private letter. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 943. Chapter 943, Make a price. How much do you want before you say it? After a minute or so, the most dazzling national style replied to her, "Hello, who are you?" Seeing that this person had replied to her, Shenro immediately replied with another one. "What you said about Tu Yuli quitting the industry for a year to study abroad was related to the female lead in their crew. What is going on?" After almost another minute, Zixuan ethnic style replied to her, "Sorry, I can't comment on what exactly happened. There is no need to reply to me anymore. If you still want to ask about this matter, you can't ask anything from me." Shenro looked at his reply and her face darkened slightly. "Rura, are you still playing?" Shenro invited several other wealthy daughters to come out and play with her. Seeing Shenro holding her mobile phone without saying anything, the daughter couldn't help but ask. Shenro's mind was already focused on the comment she just saw. She was eager to know what Tu Yuli's one-year retirement had to do with Jiao Mian. Because she had a hunch that the truth would definitely be detrimental to Jiao Mian. The person she hates the most right now is Jiao Mian. Since she was a child, she has never hated someone so much. Anything that can make Jiao Mian unlucky and painful will make her feel relieved. The more unfortunate Jiao Mian's life is, the happier she is. That had better die suddenly and suddenly. This made her feel even more happy. She hated that so much. No more fun. Shenro took out a card from her bag with a sullen face, called the waiter to pay the bill, and then stood up with her bag in front of the dissatisfied eyes of all the rich ladies. I have something else to do first. Let's go. Come out to play another day. After saying that, she turned around and walked away regardless of what other people thought. TCH, what's going on? They asked us to come out to play, and they left after playing for less than an hour. It's not the first day you've met her. She's always been so free-spirited. Who made her Miss Shen? Given her status, do you dare to say it in front of her if you feel uncomfortable? Have you ever felt that Shenro seems to be in a bad mood recently? Who provoked her? Who else could it be? She probably ran into trouble with the second young master of the Mo family again. What do you think she was thinking about? She has been secretly in love with Jiaming for more than 20 years, and he didn't accept her. She can persevere. She is a daughter of a noble family, and her conditions are so good. There is no need to be so humble. Could it be that the second young master of the Mo family looks like a god, which makes her so crazy? I've seen it once. Have you seen it? How is it? Does it really look like a god? Well, he is very beautiful. He is indeed like a god anyway. You will know it when you see him. I guarantee that you will never forget this man in your life. Is it so beautiful? Let's put it this way, all the men I've seen since childhood together are not half as good looking as him. If I were Shenro, with such an outstanding man beside me since childhood, I would definitely not look down on other men. Come on. Asterisk. Shenro walked out of the bar. The parking boy drove her car over and handed her the car key respectfully. She took it, opened the car door and got in the car, then clicked on the private chat page between her and the netizen named the most dazzling national style. She watched the conversation between the two for a while, thought about it, and then replied, "Make a price, how much do you want before you say it?" End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 944. Chapter 944. The truth is because he was injured. Is 1 million enough? As long as you give useful and true information, the price can go up. The most dazzling national style reply in seconds, who are you? What do you want to do? Shenro also replied to him instantly, you don't need to know who I am. If you are interested in this business, then let's have a good talk. One piece of news costs 1 million, which is not a loss at all for you. The most dazzling national style, the tone is not small, and it is like 1 million when you open your mouth. How do I know if you are telling me the truth or just kidding me? Shenro, I can pay half of the deposit first. But you must ensure that the information you give is true and not random nonsense. If you lied to me, you will have to bear the consequences. Perhaps the other party finally believed that she was serious, and when she replied to her, her tone was much more serious. I can't guarantee whether it is true information. However, it was someone from the same crew as her who told me this. Moreover, my friend also told me that at the time of the incident, their director ordered the news to be blocked and they were not allowed to speak out. He also had a very good relationship with me, so he took the risk to tell me. If you want to know, I will tell you everything I know, but I cannot guarantee whether the information is true. Think about it yourself. Shenro frowned as she looked at this reply. After hesitating for a moment, she replied, then answer me a question first. Is Tuyuli's study abroad trip related to Chiao Mian? The most dazzling ethnic style quickly replied to her, it is related to her, and basically because of her. This reply instantly strengthened Shenro's confidence. She asked for the most dazzling ethnic bank card number and directly transferred 500,000 yuan to it. On the other side, the man who received half of her deposit quickly told her everything he had heard. After reading the most dazzling ethnic style reply to her message, Shenro's lips curled up a little, and a hint of sinisterness flashed in her eyes. She knew that the truth of the incident would definitely be detrimental to Chiao Mian. It was exactly what she thought. Tuyuli suddenly decided to study abroad for a year, but it turned out that he had to quit the entertainment industry for a year because of an injury. Moreover, he was injured because of Chiao Mian. Once this matter breaks out, his fans will definitely tear Chiao Mian to pieces. At the peak of his career, his idol had to retire for a year to become a small actor, and she was also an actress with whom he had a scandal. Even if Tuyuli voluntarily stepped forward to save the beauty, his fans would blame all their mistakes. It all comes down to Chiao Mian. Tuyuli is the top traffic in the circle at the moment. He has more than 50 million Weibo fans. And those who follow him are almost all female fans. The fighting power of women is already strong, and the fighting power of female fans is even more powerful among women. With tens of millions of female fans, Chiao Mian can be torn apart to the point where she can no longer survive in the entertainment industry. Shenro deleted the private message chat history between her and the netizen. After logging out of Weibo, she made a phone call. Asterisk. After an hour, Tuyuli retired from the entertainment industry for a year and went to study abroad. When the popularity was still firmly occupying the first place in the hot search list, a new hot search exploded. The new hot search jumped to the third place on the hot search list at an extremely fast speed within an hour. A Weibo account called Insider broke the news that the truth behind Tuyuli's withdrawal from the industry was because he was injured and could not work during this year, so he had to withdraw from the industry. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 945. The comment section of chapter 945 is almost exploding. It's not that he wants to calm down and rest. Talking about studying abroad is just an excuse. As soon as this hot search came out, Tuyuli's fans and people from all walks of life quickly paid attention to it. They all asked him in the comments where Tuyuli was injured. Especially Tuyuli's fans, when they heard that their idol was injured, they all became anxious and frantically posted messages in the comment area. The Insider did not reply to anyone, but directly posted another very popular Weibo post. Inside the circle, many people asked me where and how Tuyuli was injured. I will not reply to them one by one. I will just tell the truth. The thing is like this, everyone must know that Huang Yilin fell into disrepute due to the black material. I heard that the black material was exposed by the financial backer behind the young newcomer. Huang Yilin also knew about this, so she went to the crew to find the newcomer. She probably felt that she was already cold and didn't want to make the newcomer feel better, so she brought a bottle of sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid was meant to be thrown at Xiao Xinren, but Tuyuli was with Xiao Xinren at that time, and he saved the beauty like a hero. But you don't have to worry too much. I heard that sulfuric acid was spilled on my hand and the injury was quite serious. Fortunately, my face is fine. It is estimated that after a year of maintenance, he will be able to make a comeback. This Weibo post caused a lot of sensation. The comment section is almost exploding. Yeshui's fans are swiping the screen like crazy. The little fairy of two's brother, did our brother get injured while helping Chiao Mian withstand sulfuric acid, so he had to quit the industry for a year? Oh my god, was my brother's hand injured by sulfuric acid? Isn't the injury serious? Couldn't it be that my brother's beautiful hands were ruined? Blogger, Are you telling the truth? Don't scare us. Chagwaluran, if this blogger hadn't made up random rumors, Tuyuli's behavior would be quite manly. I have always been a stranger here. If this thing is true, I may become a fan. I love me too. Did you spill sulfuric acid on your hands? Sulfuric acid is so corrosive, I can't imagine how serious the injury on my brother's hand would be. Oh my god, blogger, are you trying to scare us? Are you telling the truth? Is my brother really injured? Is that brother in the hospital now? Which hospital is he in? I really want to see him and it makes me feel so sad. Transcript, I said okay, why is my brother suddenly going to study abroad? Even if you want to go on a study tour, you shouldn't choose to go at this time. I didn't expect the truth to be like this. Huang Yilin was so terrible that she actually brought sulfuric acid to the set. Is my brother a fool? He actually helped to block the sulfuric acid. What if the sulfuric acid splashed on his face? His life would be ruined. Love to brother all his life, that woman Chiao Mian is really hateful. My brother was hurt because of her. She is simply a broom star. Why should our brother bear the hurt that she should obviously bear? I deliberately posted the video before to gain our brother's popularity, but this time my brother was hurt so much. I hate this woman to death. Bitch Chiao died suddenly in the next second. This caused our brother to have acid thrown at her, and I really want to throw acid at her face. If it hadn't been for this bitch, my brother wouldn't have been injured and wouldn't have been out of the industry for a year. My brother's career is developing so well now. How big an impact will it have on him if he suddenly withdraws from the industry? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 946. Chapter 946, Chiao Mian, get out of the entertainment industry. But that didn't have any influence on her at all, and now she has become the leading female role in the crew. Boycott Chiao bitch, get out of the entertainment industry. My brother has sacrificed so much for this stinky woman, but she has never thanked her on Weibo. This kind of woman is so disgusting. Why could she pretend that nothing had happened when her brother's career prospects were so greatly affected? This still wants to continue in the entertainment industry? Let's all boycott her and get this out of the entertainment industry. At first, Tuyuli's fans were still scolding Chiao Mian under the Weibo post of Insider. After scolding for a while, they changed their positions. After searching Chiao Mian's Weibo account, they started going crazy under her latest Weibo post. Scolded her. At the same time, as if to prove the authenticity of the words of insiders, some so-called insiders broke the news that Huang Yilin is indeed in the police station now, and she has been criminally detained on the charge of intentionally injuring others. Generally, if it involves criminal detention, the incident will be more serious. Some people also broke the news that Tuyuli had indeed terminated the advertising contract with their company for some reasons, saying that he could no longer shoot commercials for the time being. These so-called revelations all prove the authenticity of the Weibo posted by insiders. For a time, more and more fans went to Chiao Mian's Weibo to comment like crazy. They were all filled with all kinds of insults and curses. The comment area is in a state of disgrace. Many people are clamoring for Chiao Mian to die and get out of the entertainment industry. Even the topic Chiao Mian, get out of the entertainment industry has become a hot search topic. The incident became increasingly uncontrollable, and various topics about Chiao Mian once surpassed Tuyuli's hot searches. Some people started to find out who Chiao Mian's financial backer was. Some people started to dig up all the things in Chiao Mian's past. Even the previous scandals between her and Bai Yusheng on the set were exposed as black material. It was said that she seduced the director as soon as she joined the set and wanted to play the leading female role, but Huang Yilin was much higher than her. Seeing that seduction was not enough, she came up with the damaging trick of releasing Huang Yilin's dirty information. As soon as Huang Yilin's scandal came out, the female lead was replaced by her the next day. Huang Yilin felt cold overnight and was out of breath, so she went to find her with sulfuric acid. Originally, the sulfuric acid should have been poured on her. But because Tu Yili stepped forward, all the damage was blocked by Tu Yili. Another so-called hospital staff came out and broke the news, saying that Tu Yili is still recovering in their hospital, and the only person accompanying him is his manager, and no one like Xiao Mian was seen. As soon as this piece of news came out, it aroused the anger of Tu Yili's fans. On Weibo, there were a lot of comments criticizing Xiao Mian. Some people even suggested forming a team to beat up Xiao Mian to vent their anger. Asterisk. Huanyu Media. Linda was sitting at her desk, looking at the Weibo page on her computer, her face gloomy. There was a rapid knock on the door. She told the people outside the door to come in. The people outside opened the door and walked in. When they saw her, they politely called Sister Linda. Linda looked at the person coming. "What's the matter?" "Sister Linda, Mr. Zhao asked you to go to his office. He said he has something to ask you." Linda frowned slightly, and after a moment of silence, she nodded and said, "I understand, I'll be there right away." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 947. Chapter 947, We don't want this artist anymore. 10 minutes later, Linda knocked on the door of the president's office. A steady voice came from inside, "Come in." Linda opened the door and walked in. When she saw the man sitting at the desk, she went straight to the point. "Mr. Zhao, do you have anything to do with me?" She had actually made some guesses in her mind. She has known Zhao Kai for many years. Their relationship is not only that of a boss and a subordinate, but also a friend for many years. The two of them have a certain understanding of each other. "You'd better stop calling me you, because it sounds awkward and there are no outsiders here." Zhao Kai pointed to the sofa. "Sit down first. Do you want anything to drink?" Linda walked aside and sat down, shook her head and said, "No need for anything." "Mr. Zhao, you'd better just tell me directly what you want from me. You know my temperament, and I don't like beating around the bush." Okay, Zhao Kai is also a person who likes to speak directly. After she sat down, he said directly, "What is the name of the artist you just signed?" "His surname seems to be Chiao." Linda's heart thumped, but her face remained calm and she nodded, "Yes, her name is Xiao Mian. Sure enough, it is something related to Xiao Mian. Well, that's her." Zhao Kai sat on the black leather chair, leaning back and frowning slightly. "Have you seen the things that happened on her Weibo?" "Seen it already. It's only been a few days since this artist was signed, right? Why are there so many troubles every 2 days? This time the trouble is still so big, and everyone on Weibo is criticizing her. Even Tu Yili's fans have come to our company. I went to curse people on my official Weibo. Although artists need popularity, it's not good for someone like her to cause trouble so frequently, right? And if such a big thing happens this time, the company may not be able to deal with it for her. If public relations are needed, it's going to cost a lot of money. She hasn't brought much benefit to the company, so it's not a good deal for the company to spend a huge sum of money on her to settle things." Linda said nothing. After Zhao Kai finished speaking, she said calmly, "Mr. Zhao, do you mean to ignore her?" Zhao Kai twirled a ring on his finger and said calmly, "How should I care? According to the current trend, do you think it can be settled by spending money to remove hot searches and ask for military control and review?" Linda frowned. "Mr. Zhao, what do you mean?" Zhao Kai raised his head and glanced at her. she has offended someone, and someone wants to mess with her. Otherwise, why do you think the hot search went up so fast? But we can't ignore her. No matter what, she is now an artist in our company. And she can't be blamed for this matter at all. I did it voluntarily, and she didn't force him to withstand the acid. It's understandable that fans are angry and attack her, but Mr. Zhao, you don't distinguish between black and white, right? Zhao Kai snorted coldly when he heard what she said. Of course I know it's not her fault. But the current situation, even if it's not her fault, it still has something to do with her. This kind of artist who often makes troubles has nothing to do with the company. It must be kept. Linda was stunned for a moment, with a look of surprise on her face. Mr. Zhao, what do you mean? Zhao Kai looked at her directly. Terminate the contract with her. We don't want this artist anymore. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 948. Chapter 948. Someone asked you to fire Xiao Mian? How can this be done? Linda stood up suddenly. Mr. Zhao, Xiao Mian is a rare good talent. As long as the company is willing to train her well, she will definitely become popular. I have been an agent for 10 years. You should believe my vision. Although she has not brought any benefits to the company, but she will definitely make a lot of money for the company. I have read her information, and her appearance is indeed very good. Zhao Kai's eyes were not loose. I also believe in your vision, and I believe that you will definitely make her famous. However, signing this artist will indeed bring success to the society. The company brings a lot of trouble. Trouble? Linda couldn't understand. Is Mr. Zhao referring to her scandals and this matter? But isn't this a normal thing? Which artist would not have any scandals at all, let alone if someone is targeting her? If you want to punish her, she can't avoid it. The scandal was not something she wanted to cause. If it were just because of these things, the company would terminate her contract. Is it too much? Besides, I am very optimistic about her, and I don't want to lose such a good seedling. Zhao Kai frowned and was silent for a while, then sighed. Linda, we have known each other for so many years, so I will tell you the truth. I don't want her to stay in the company anymore. Apart from the things she caused, the most important thing is that someone doesn't want her to stay. That person is something I cannot offend. It is impossible for me to do something to make her unhappy for the sake of a newcomer. So, we must terminate the contract with her. If you feel that this matter is difficult to handle, I will ask others to inform her. Linda was stunned. Mr. Zhao, do you mean someone asked you to fire Xiao Mian? Who? The eldest lady of the Shen family. Miss Shen family. Linda was stunned again, surprised. How could she? So you understand, why do I have to terminate the contract with her? This matter is decided. Either you contact her to discuss the termination of the contract, or I let other people in the company do it. You can decide it yourself. Asterisk. Xiao Mian knew that she had been criticized by countless fans on Weibo, several hours after leaving the hospital. After leaving the hospital with Mo Yesi, they went to the shopping mall for a while. Bought some necessities for daily life. Mo Yesi left after sending her back to the apartment. He answered a call and had to return to Yunchinj. When he left, he promised Xiao Mian that he could handle those things in half a day at most, and then fly to F City to have dinner with her in the evening. Due to Tu Yuliai's injury, the male lead had to be replaced. The male lead chosen by Bai Yusheng is still filming an advertisement abroad, and he said he won't fly back until tomorrow. So Xiao Mian got a day's holiday. After she returned to the apartment, she opened the script and read it for 2 hours. She felt sleepy after reading it and fell asleep without realizing it. When I woke up and picked up my phone, I found several missed calls and WeChat messages. Some were sent to her by Zhang Luli, some were sent to her by Jiao Chen and Nana, and a few were sent by Linda. The messages sent by everyone are all about the same thing. Xiao Mian logged into Weibo after reading everyone's WeChat messages. As soon as she entered Weibo, she saw that her comments showed that she had hundreds of thousands of unread comments. She clicked on them and saw that they were all scolding her. The hot searches on Weibo are almost all about various topics related to her. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 949. Chapter 949, We Can No Longer Cooperate. Topics such as Xiao Mian getting out of the entertainment industry, Xiao Mian being kept, Xiao Mian seducing the crew director, etc., almost all occupied the hot search topics of the day. All the official entertainment Weibo posts also retweeted the Weibo account where the insider broke the news. When she refreshed her Weibo account, almost all of it contained news related to her. When I clicked on the relevant hot search topic, almost all of Tu Yuli's fans were swiping the screen, scolding her bloody. Fans seem to hate her with all their heart, and they are all clamoring to get her out of the entertainment industry, boycott her, and make it impossible for her to survive in the entertainment industry. Countless fans even sent her private messages, threatening and cursing her, saying that if Tu Yuli had to quit the entertainment industry for a year because he was seriously injured after saving her, they would repay her double the losses suffered by Tu Yuli. Xiao Mian only watched it for a few minutes before quitting Weibo unbearably. Although she is not a weak-hearted person, she cannot remain calm and indifferent after facing so much abuse and intimidation. Most of the fans are young and cannot easily control their emotions, and they tend to go to extremes when doing things. Xiao Mian was really a little scared when she saw some comments claiming that they wanted to her and pull her out and beat her up. She has seen a lot of unfortunate things that happened due to online violence. In her opinion, online violence is really a terrible thing. It would be even more terrible if it happened to herself. As soon as she logged out of Weibo, her phone rang. It was Linda calling. Xiao Mian hesitated for a moment and then picked up, "Sister Xie." There was no sound for a while. Xiao Mian waited for a while, wondering if Linda's line was disconnected, and then she heard Linda finally say, Mian, have you read the news?" Xiao Mian was silent for a few seconds, then softly said "Have you ever thought about how this matter got out?" Linda's voice sounded different from usual, and it seemed a bit heavy. "I don't know." Xiao Mian was silent for a while, then said softly, "Sister Xie, I'm sorry, I always seem to be causing trouble. I'm really sorry, although I know saying sorry is of no use." She felt a little embarrassed. From the time she signed the contract to now, she has caused so much trouble. Although it was not her intention, no matter what, it was all caused by her. She has an unshirkable responsibility. "It's not your fault." Linda sighed softly. "You didn't ask Tu Yuli to block it for you, nor did you push him up to block it for you. He did it voluntarily. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just that his fans are too protective of their idols, so they will attack you crazily on Weibo. No one is at fault in this matter. The only person who is at fault is Huang Yilin, and she has been arrested now. But, I caused you trouble again." Xiao Mian said guiltily, "Sister Xie, am I the most troublesome among all the artists you have signed?" Mian. Linda suddenly sighed again, her voice sounding heavier than before. "I'm sorry, the company has other ideas about the contract. I'm afraid, we can no longer continue to cooperate. I'm really sorry and sorry. I think very highly of you, but the company, I'm just an agent, I can't decide everything." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 950. Chapter 950. Have you ever thought about who it could be? Sorry. Linda said sorry several times in a row. If I opened the company, I would keep you no matter what. But I am also a person who works for others. The boss will listen to some of my opinions, but in the end he will leave you. The decision is beyond my control. After listening to Linda's words, Xiao Mian felt surprisingly calm inside. I'm not surprised or angry at all. She even felt relieved and felt that her whole body was much more relaxed. She can completely understand that Huanyu wants to terminate the contract with her. The newly signed artist has not made any money for the company yet she is getting into trouble every day. If she were the boss of the company, he would not want such an artist. In fact, even if Linda didn't tell her about the termination of the contract, she had such thoughts in her heart. She didn't know why she was so unlucky. When I was just a small actor doing a side job, I had no trouble. But after she signed the contract and had an official company, the scandals started one after another. It's like a rhythm that can't be stopped. She doesn't know if it will still be like this in the future. So terminating the contract will make her feel much more relaxed. Although she would not feel uncomfortable or concerned at all about terminating her contract with such a good media company as Huanyu, her current situation is really not suitable for her to sign with another agency. Okay, I understand. Can we terminate the contract today? Xiao Mian thought for a while and then said, I have time today, so I can book a flight back to Yunchinj immediately. Let's make an appointment to meet at a specific time. Linda was silent for almost a minute before she said, then let's meet for dinner, okay? Okay. Xiao Mian agreed. Mian, I'm really sorry. Linda apologized again. I didn't expect things to develop like this. I am really very optimistic about you. With your strength and conditions, there is absolutely no problem in becoming famous in the future. But the company there. Sister Linda, I can understand. Xiao Mian heard the self-blame and discomfort in Linda's words, and softened her voice to comfort. As you said, you didn't run the company, and you ultimately decide it can't be controlled. So you don't have to keep telling me you're sorry. Besides, I can understand the company's approach, and I won't be dissatisfied with the company because of it. Linda smiled bitterly. Speaking of which, after you signed up for Huanyu Entertainment, I didn't get any resources for you. You found the resources for the TV series yourself, and you also fought for the female lead in the following. Your first film. If you can get the first female lead in your work, your future will be limitless. It is their loss for the company to make such a decision. They will definitely regret it in the future. Mian, even if you terminate your contract with the company, I will no longer be your manager. We will still be friends in private from now on. Okay, I know. One more thing. When she was about to hang up the phone, Linda suddenly said hesitantly, the person who broke the news this time seems to have come prepared. I checked, those hot searches about you, someone brushed it up for you. And just like before, there are a large number of trolls controlling comments in various comment areas, and those trolls are all targeting you. So I think the revelation this time is because someone wants to persecute you. Have you ever thought about who it could be? End of this chapter.